So the term love bombing has been floating around our culture a lot these days, and it's usually mentioned when people are talking about a relationship that is moving fast and furious, and there's lots of expensive gifts, elaborate date nights, maybe mushy, sappy text and phone calls, and it looks a lot like some sort of fairy tale that you see in the movies. And at some point, you might find yourself experiencing this type of relationship. And maybe you're just not sure what to think. You really like this new person, they seem great, and they make you feel special and wanted. It may be a new relationship, or maybe you've had a fight with your partner and they turn into this elaborate Prince Charming. So maybe you confide in some of your friends to see what they think. Now, those friends of yours that have been burned before in past relationships are going to be extra suspicious and see red flags everywhere. But on the other end, those friends that have not been burned or have a really good relationship at the moment might say, "Oh, how sweet. That's really thoughtful." And here you are stuck in the middle. You don't want to end up with a broken heart or in a toxic relationship, but you also don't want to miss out on something that could be really beautiful and lasting. So how could someone who loves you this much actually be toxic? So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 ways that will help you determine whether you've actually found Prince Charming or the love bombing king. And spoiler alert, if you've found the love bombing king, find a bomb shelter immediately. Number 1, look for extremes. Now, the one thing about love bombing that people notice is the lavishness and the grandiose nature of it. So if someone is love bombing you, they don't want to be just average and compared to previous partners. No, they must be off the charts and they must be better than anyone else. Whereas with a normal relationship, you might get a sweet bouquet of flowers sent to you on a special occasion or just to say thank you for a really nice time. But with a love bombing relationship, that's not good enough. Instead, every single day, you'll receive some sort of sweet note, a gift, you name it. A package of chocolate shows up on your doorstep, or maybe a card with a long message is left on the front of your car when you leave work. And it's getting to the point that it's feeling a little stalkerish, and they seem to be everywhere that you are. It's extreme, and it's not normal life. And it may not even be physical gifts. It might be constant texting. "Good morning, beautiful. How's your day? Hey, I was thinking about you at lunch, and I've never felt this way about anyone before. Sorry to keep texting, but you're just so wonderful, and I'm lucky you're in my life." It's always extreme. I fell straight into the trap, and the love bombing turned into 20 years of dive bombing. Number 2, mirroring interests. Now, this is a weird one because if you're not looking for it, it can be really hard to pick up on. I didn't realize this was happening in my own relationship until way later when I looked back and I could see the pattern. See, in a normal relationship, 2 people are often drawn together by common interests. Maybe you both like running or football or have seen the same movie lately, but you have different interests too, and that's what makes a relationship interesting. Genuine relationships enjoy learning about the other person even if they have different preferences or different opinions about things. But if after a few weeks you get the sense that you're looking at a mirror image of yourself, that's a red flag. Maybe you post a lot of outdoorsy pictures on your social media and all of a sudden they want to show you that their favorite thing is hiking or take you to some elaborate mountain getaway when you can clearly see that they haven't spent much time outside in a while. Maybe you've always had a heart for rescuing animals and now they've decided to rescue a cat or dog from the local shelter. You, of course, will end up taking care of that animal because they just wanted you to be impressed at their sacrifice. See, common interests are great and are not a red flag, but if everything you value or enjoy starts to be what they value, and of course, they value more than you might be getting love bombed. They don't actually like these things. They only want you to find them attractive. Number 3, do you feel respect or pressure? Now, in any relationship, there's going to be rocky times, miscommunications, plans that have to change or fall through, and the details of life that always get in the way. But in a genuine relationship, you should always feel perfectly safe and confident at being able to text at the last minute and say, "Hey, work ran late, I can't meet up tonight," or "I'm so sorry, hey, my child is sick and I can't go to the movies tonight." And the other person who respects you understands that you gotta be flexible with life, and they'll be totally okay with it, even if they're a little disappointed. They might say, "Oh, no problem, I totally understand. Maybe we can go out this weekend." Or, "I'm sorry your child is sick. Do you need me to grab you anything from the store while I'm out?" That's respect and empathy for what you have going on in your life. Now, a love bomber won't care that you're having to work late or that your child is sick. They will only focus on the fact that their plans that they were going to get affirmation for got ruined. They might say things like, "Geez, your job always keeps you late and we never get to do fun things." Or, can't you just get a sitter so we can still go out? I really wanted to see you. That's pressure, and that's a major red flag that you are being love bombed. At first, you might feel like the reason they're so persistent is just because they want to spend time with you because they love you so much. But if you look closely, they're insistent because of selfish reasons. Always. And finally, number 4, always, always, always trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. If something feels like pressure, it probably is. If something feels extreme like a fairy tale, it is. Life is not a fairy tale, and although some people are more romantic and flowery than others, extreme, over-the-top, extravagant gifts and constant contact is something you see on The Bachelor, not in a real-life healthy relationship. And the biggest mistake you can make is ignoring that little feeling you get in your gut that makes you question what's actually happening. That's your number 1 radar in detecting whether or not this person is genuine or just love bombing and manipulating you. Your friends can give their opinions, and often they're right on and can help you point out red flags, but you are the only one that knows if this relationship feels genuine or fake. I ignored my gut for so many years and allowed myself to be loved bombed over and over again until I finally realized that my internal radar was accurate and I shouldn't ignore it. So when something feels wrong, speak up about it. If the relationship is real, you'll work through it and you'll be stronger together after. But if not, you'll continue to see red flags and feel a gut check in your partner's reaction to you voicing your concerns. Trust your gut, always. I have counseled so many women about love bombing, and when I ask them what their gut is telling them, the results are 100% accurate. Now, I hope these 4 tips have been helpful to you in determining whether or not you're in a genuine relationship or just being love bombed. If you aren't sure if your partner is a narcissist, we have put together a completely free training where you can determine 100% whether your partner is in fact a narcissist or just a jerk. Now, this training has helped countless women clear all their doubt and confusion about their partner, and it puts to rest the question of, is my partner a narcissist? So if you'd like to download the free training, click the link in the notes below. But if you believe you are being love bombed and you aren't sure how to navigate it, we're here to help. We have put together an in-depth course on how to navigate life with a narcissist. Now, this guide is not from therapists who studied what anxiety is from a textbook, but from real-life survivors who have been in the exact same situation that you are in right now. We'll show you everything you need to know from the beginning all the way to the end, and we will hold your hand every step of the way. For more information, check out navigatingnarcissism.com and start your journey to freedom today.